let's get right into it. 2K dropped some bangers. Dropped a whole bunch of gameplay news. They dropped a trailer for next gen ProPlay. They dropped a trailer for old gen. They dropped a whole bunch of news. Let's get into it. They're dropping more news next week on My League and WNBA and Mamba Moments mode. So we're going to get right into it. This video is going to be all about the gameplay article that they dropped, breaking down all the gameplay features. So in this video, more specifically, I'm going to be talking about ProPlay, offense and defense gameplay aspects, the Takeover revamp, season pass, and rep rewards / the freelance and substitution method that they added in NBA 2K24. So let's go.
Shot clock at 4. Then Bridges.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
So yeah, there it is. If you ain't seen it, that is the gameplay trailer. The first gameplay trailer powered by ProPlay for 2K24. So let's get right into the news. So in 2K's news article, aka the gameplay article, they talked about ProPlay. I won't read it word for word, but the most important part, it says ProPlay. It enables the most accurate representation of contested stepbacks, acrobatic layups, and more by directly translating real NBA footage. So we got a little breakdown here of NBA 2K23 versus NBA 2K24. Kevin Durant movement, shot looking smoother. So ProPlay, what it does, or what they're saying it does, is no more mocap. They can get basically mocap the NBA in a real game. Translate the real game moves and put them in NBA 2K24, which is what they're saying in the article as well. It said the shots, motion, anytime the player is moving off ball around the court, dribbling, rebounding, blocks, passes, free throws, they all feel different in NBA 2K24 Next Gen because they've been captured in real-time scenarios. Mike Wayne tweeted when he was asked about the signature movement styles that'll be available in 2K24. He said, yes, ProPlay has given us a ton more. I think we're up to 150 signature moves. So my thoughts on this, kind of iffy. I think it's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing is you're going to have a lot of new animations. The game won't feel the same from last year. And I believe they're going to be putting in new game moves and stuff during the year as the NBA players do it. They're going to be putting them in the game. That's a pro. A con is it's going to be a lot of animations. 2K24 is going to be animation based more than ever, and once the YouTubers, the cheesers, the game breakers, once they find the animations that are the cheesiest, like the fastest passes, For instance, LeBron James pass style. Last year, everybody was using that. And it's going to get crazy. The game breakers are going to really try and break the game once they find a new SIGs, create a new YouTube video. Oh, the best dribble style, the best pass style, the best defensive style, all that. And then everybody just going to use that animation. So it's pros and cons to it, but let's keep getting on with the info. Mike Wang responded to my question that I had on X about it. I said, what's your favorite thing about the new ProPlay feature at Beluba? He said, love how authentic jumpers are. If you love the NBA, you'll immediately notice. We also get animations from ProPlay that we wouldn't think to capture in mocap. So there are some really unique shots, moves, and passes that change the gameplay for the better. So here, this is what I really like about it. The jump shots. The jump shots should be improved. It shouldn't be any more made up random jump shots. Every player jump shot should be in the game, captured with ProPlay, and it should be authentic to the player. No more of these ugly jump shots like Jamal Murray and Colin Sexton. That get the jump shots right. Paul George jump shot was messed up last year. Kevin Durant jump shot was messed up last year. Colin Sexton jump shot was messed up last year. Jamal Murray jump shot was jacked up last year. I mean, come on. So hopefully this ProPlay improves the jump shot. If it doesn't do anything else, improve the jump shots. And Mike Wayne said that was his favorite thing when I asked him on X. So X, aka Twitter, aka whatever you want to call it. But I digress. Moving on to takeovers. They say Takeover returns for next-gen consoles in NBA 2K24, but with a new twist. Fill up the Takeover meter and then choose to activate either your finishing, shooting, playmaker, physicals, defense, and rebounding abilities. So y'all let me know how y'all like that, a new Takeover. They also went on to say this year, you don't assign a Takeover during the build phase. And you instead have the ability to choose whatever you want on the fly. Then they also talk about, they say in the article, if you delay your takeover activation and fill up the second meter, you can activate double takeover. Yes, double takeover is back. This allows you to select 2 different categories of ratings to boost. Then it says, finally, when you unlock Mamba mentality, activating double takeover will boost all your attributes categories, making you a true beast on both ends of the floor. So this reminds me of Grand Badge. I don't know if y'all remember the Grand Badge, where they just made you OP. People will shoot from half court and stuff. So I don't know about this. We'll see. I'm not really liking the takeover system, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me know how y'all like the Takeover revamp for 2K24 in the comments. Let's move on. Mike Wayne talks about Team Takeover. Says same as last year. What he's basically saying, it was reworked to be tougher to pull off. So, and then when you pull it off, your teammates' ratings are boosted. Then he talks about Takeover for my player. There's a setting where you can change it to if you want to stay locked on to your my player during the my career, or you can change to the whole team where you can play with anybody for team takeover. Because some people don't like playing with the whole team once they get takeover in my career. So he said it's a setting for you to have the option. So that's a good option that they put in. Mike Wayne also tweets that the rating boost you get with the takeover selection just stacks on top of what you already have. So what he's saying here is if you have low attributes, selecting that takeover won't really help you that much. You're still going to be a bum. So if you're not a rebounder, if you don't have a high attribute, a high rebounding attribute, and you select rebounding, you're not going to turn it to Dennis Rodman. You're still going to be a bum at rebounding. So I like that. We'll see how that works because takeover is takeover. So we'll see. And lastly, Mike Wayne talks about the takeover perks. Somebody said, are takeover perks still in the game? He said yes, but some of the OP ones have been toned down. So that's that. Moving on from takeovers. Now let's talk about offense. Mike Wayne says if you turn your shot meter off, you get a 20% bonus to your green window, which is huge, I think. He also says your shot meter won't show online when you're playing. Your teammates won't see your shot meter. Players who play on Hall of Fame difficulty or in Rec or City will be playing with green or Misc shot timing. So that's the same as 2K23 if you're playing on Hall of Fame or Rec or in the City. It says, but team-controlled base modes like Quick Play, My NBA, or My Team will see more forgiving shot timing. So it's probably going to be a lot easier to shoot in Quick Play like it was in 23. Not really much of a big change. And then if you do play My NBA on any level other than Hall of Fame, it'll be a lot easier to shoot, it looks like. But My NBA and My Leagues online are usually played on Hall of Fame, so that doesn't affect that. It says you can set your desired release point based on a certain animation cue, like the jump or set point or shot release. So this is now called shot timing visual cue they're implementing for 2K24. You can set it to if you want to release right when the player releases his shot, or a set point, or when they jump. So basically early and late and very early shot timing. They just renamed it to make it easier, I guess. Moving on. Layup timing is now on by default. So I'm pretty sure they're still going to give you the option to take layup timing off. Otherwise, that'll be messed up. But it's on by default now, so it's automatically going to be on. So now you just got, if you don't usually play with layup timing on, you just got to take the extra step to take it off. Or when they reset your controller settings like they used to do every 2 days, you're just going to have to flick it to off. But it's on by default. And then he also talks about how basically acrobatic layups are more effective now for slashers. Going to be a good tool. They say this every year, but floaters have been broken for a few years now. Euro and hop steps, they tend to nerf those and buff those whenever they want. So we'll see about that. Mike says generally all advanced shot types, spins, step backs got a buff in the mid-range, and all advanced layups, which are Euros, floaters, reverse, hops, spins, all that, got a buff too. So mid-range game is back supposedly. I think they said this last year too, but they say you're going to be rewarded if you're a mid-range monster. So we'll see how the DeMar DeRozans and the MJs and the Jimmy Butlers who attack and pull up for mid-range. We'll see how they are this year. Those type builds, those type players, those type users. We'll check them out. Mike also talks some more about shooting. Says for those asking what ratings you need to be consistent, depends on your skill and shot IQ. Some will be deadly with a 75 three-pointer, while others will go 1 for 10. So basically, this is every year. I try to get mine to around 79 or 80 from my player. But he says some people are going to be smacking at 75, and some people just going to be bricking it. It's basically skill. He said try out the build tester or 2KU with different NBA players on Hall of Fame to get an idea of what you need for your build. So I do that every year. Everybody should do that. Test out Play Now, put it on Hall of Fame, and kind of check out what you think before creating your player. So for the people that use the dunk meter, they dropped some information for you in the article. It says down or the pro stick will give you flashy dunks to get the crowd hyped, and up, down, or down, up double throws will let you attempt contact dunks and traffic with the dunk meter. Dunk meter is now green or Misc. So they made the dunk meter similar to the shot meter, which I know the community was asking for. And now also, if you don't know already, quick drops off 1 is taken out the game. Mike Wayne said RIP, and then limitless takeoff is also gone from the game. Mike Wayne tweeted this. Picture says bye with the limitless takeoff badge. The cool thing that they added that I like, it says you can now branch out of any offensive rebound and put it up for a putback attempt. It also says strength and weight can definitely be felt in the paint. So paint scorers, post shot creators, post masters, look like y'all gonna have a good year. And bigs, y'all gonna have a good year. I got a new dribble called blowout dribble. Tapping the sprint trigger while moving will give you a quick burst of speed. The same mechanic can be used for a quick change of pace to quickly blow by unsuspected defenders. So that's cool. It's probably the same dribble moves. They just giving a different name for them. But I believe the ProPlay will enhance the dribbling animations and probably give you some fresh new dribbles for you dribble heads out there. Nothing wrong with that.
Shooting has been customized and improved for all various modes, difficulties, and player skill levels. But in order to get high percentage shots, you need to know how to create separation off the dribble. One of my favorite elements in NBA 2K24 is the dribble breakdowns. Each player has two versions. Regular breakdowns are done by flicking up on the right analog stick, and aggressive breakdowns are done by flicking up with sprint held. This will initiate a sequence of signature size-up moves that you can use to create separation with on their own, or branch out of at any time for an explosive drive or other dribble move combo. This year features all new signature double crosses, hezi crosses, and escape moves. Another major addition is the blowout dribble. Tapping the sprint trigger while moving will give you a quick burst of speed where the ball handler pushes the ball ahead to get out quickly on the break. In the front court, tapping sprint will give you a quick change of pace to quickly blow by defenders. Adrenaline boosts are back, but have been redesigned to make both offense and defense more skill-based. On offense, boosts are no longer lost when pulling off dribble combos or moving short distances. This gives dribblers much more freedom to create off the bounce. But boosts will disappear every time the on-ball defender can bump the ball handler on a drive attempt. Losing adrenaline won't feel like moving in mud like last year, but it will heavily impact shooting attributes. So if a good defender can bump the dribbler 2 or 3 times in a single possession, they'll have a really tough time scoring if they do manage to get free. Creating your own shot off the dribble isn't the only way to get good shots. Knowing how to operate away from the ball is just as important. NBA 2K24 features new right analog stick jukes and other quick explosive moves to free yourself up for a shot. Tapping the sprint trigger will also give you a huge burst of speed to find open spots on the floor for spot-up jumpers or easy rim runs for dunks.
Yep, so that was Mike Wayne giving y'all a breakdown of the dribbling. So let's move on to defense.
It has improved on many fronts, with better responsiveness and less sliding. This helps defenders get where they need to be, and with the improved body-up system, ball handlers will have a tough time getting free against great defenders. The improved contact can also be felt in the paint. Big defensive anchors will have a much easier time putting a body on shooters at the rim and forcing tough shots. Directional steals are also back. You need to reach with the correct hand closest to the ball and avoid reaching across the body to maximize success and avoid foul calls. You can also use directional steals to play passing lanes by flicking the right stick in the correct direction to get your hand in the way and deflect the pass. And when it comes to contesting shots, it's important to be patient and wait for the correct time to jump. If you're behind the shooter, jumping too early, biting on fakes, or closing out late, you'll quickly find yourself racking up fouls and giving up and-one opportunities. Everything about offense, defense, and coaching has been streamlined to make NBA 2K24 more enjoyable for all. We can't wait for you to experience the ultra-realistic gameplay in NBA 2K24.
Yeah, man, good stuff there. It's time to get bumpy this 2K24 season. We about to get bumpy this year. So it sounded like defense is back, man. I was listening to a lot of Uncle Demi videos, who is a 2K next maker leader. He's played the game and tested it out and gave his feedback, and he's been dropping videos like crazy. Shout out to Uncle Demi. He's saying defensive locks is back. Interior defense is back. It's better. So I'm looking forward to that aspect. I mean, they say it every year, but I'm liking what I'm hearing this year. It's gonna be tough for y'all guards. It's gonna get real bumpy out there. Mike Wang also tweeted there's going to be a buff to the mid-range and a big nerf to the read. So for fades, everybody who like to do fading threes, I don't know. I mean, they do kind of say this every year, but I don't know. Talk about the contest shot has changed a lot. The main highlights are greater emphasis on body position instead of just hand location, which is great. So ghost contests are back. I know they said it wasn't back, but they back from the looks of this. Body position. Yeah, they back. Mike Wayne says paint defense was a major focus and was reported the biggest gameplay improvement from our external playtest session. So paint defense got a buff, which I know the community really wanted. I know I wanted it, so we'll see how that works out. Steal and block attempts will consume adrenaline bars on defense. First bar gone will be 20%, second bar gone 40%, and third bar 75%. This is another 2K dev talking about perimeter defense and more responsive controlled body ups, less sliding. Right stick steals are back. So they're giving dribblers a little bit more freedom, and they're giving a buff to defense. So we'll see how it plays out. And they kind of say this every year, and we'll just see how it plays out. And again, Mike Wayne is talking about blocks and how they got a buff 2K24. But it's not on the level of 2K22. So we all know 2K22 chase downs was crazy. Yeah, so it sounds like defense is king this year. 2K24, we'll see. And some of the more recent news, 2K24 rep is back. And rep does not reset at the start of every new season. So rep is back. A lot of the community wanted rep. It's back. And then more recent news, the most recent news is the Pro Pass. So basically a paid battle pass. Pro is $9.99 each season. Hall of Fame is $20. And you can kind of look at the rewards there, what you get with that. 2K becoming pay to win. That's a whole different story, a whole different video. They also got a new substitution method to keep the scorers on the floor. And if you got a 6-man in your lineup, they're going to get more time and things like that. So you can read about this substitution method. And lastly, they got a revamped freelance. So they got a freelance called Comp where your AI just going to stand at the 3-point line so you can just get jiggy. It's called Comp Freelance. Implement that. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, that's a wrap up of the week. That's the wrap up of week of August 14th, the gameplay with ProPlay. That was all the information that they dropped. Next week is going to be Mamba Moments and WNBA and My League. So stay tuned, more videos coming.